Prof, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jeff.
Thanks so much for your time. And look, you wrote a letter.
Yes, I did.
To both the president and the former prime minister a few weeks ago.
Yes.
I don't know what reaction you've gotten from them, but you asked them to tone down the rhetoric and the downward spiral. Now it looks like things have escalated. What's your take, Prof?
A very sad situation, because, Jeff, we have been here before. We saw this in the year 2007, 2008. We saw this immediately after the elections in 2017. And once again, we are seeing this kind of conduct. And what is happening is that we have leaders who are beginning to cross the line. And the essence of my letter was to appeal to the president and to appeal to Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to do what is right and just. I hold the view that the rule of law not only requires but demands that we must act in accordance with the Constitution. What I've seen now as rehearsal for the march on State House on the 20th day of March is anarchy. That is not demonstration. That is not what is contemplated by the Constitution. That is anarchy. And what is defined as mass action is not mass action. Mass action, which was defined by Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., presupposes and requires of leadership not to use demonstration as a basis for creating confusion. It is about doing things that are in accordance with the law, using methods that are recognized. And you've seen what happened in Kisumu. If that is what is going to happen on the 20th, I dare say, without mincing, that the opposition led by Raila Amolo Odinga is actually saying that they are going to overthrow the government of the Republic of Kenya as by law established. And that is treason. Let us not mince our words, because what has happened and is happening in Kenya now is that people are so intimidated that they don't want to speak the truth. But we must do so, because when this country is destroyed, all of us and our children and children's children are going to pay for it. We have seen countries destroyed. We have seen countries destroyed within the continent of Africa. We have seen that happen in Somalia, happen in Yemen, and in many other African countries. I hold the view that the opposition led by Raila Amolo Odinga should use existing institutions. Thus far, I've not seen a petition made by a member of Azimio. I've not seen a petition made by governors of Azimio saying that there is a crisis in the country. It cannot be right that we use the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya to intimidate Kenyans. It is improper, it is selfish, it is undesirable, it is wrong, and it must be condemned without fear.
Absolutely. Prof, if we could just put up the letter. Monica, do you have the letter? If we put up the letter, it was a 5-page letter.
Yes, indeed.
5 pages. That's a lengthy letter.
And I said so at the very beginning that my letter is long because I was speaking to leaders. And when you are speaking to leaders, you must give it a historical context. And let it be said, Jeff, this is not the first time I'm engaging Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. This is not the first time that I'm engaging the President William Ruto on matters of the state of the nation. I invite you to read Honorable Raila's own book, his own autobiography at page 835. He acknowledges that even in the year 2007, 2008, a team comprising of myself and other Kenyans were involved in the process of trying to broker peace. And I want to tell you, Jeff, on the 8th day of January 2018, after the elections in 2017, I went to Honorable Raila Odinga's office at Capitol House. I went to Deputy President Ruto's office when he was the Deputy President and said, let us have a rapprochement. So what I'm doing is something that we do for love of country. We cannot be a country where the pursuit of political office is a life and death issue. It cannot be right.
Yeah. Tell me something, Prof. in your lengthy letter, and it's right there, and it's you know, really, I read it in entirety. In the end, what is it that you want from them? What is it you want from the president and from?
I was very clear in what I want of the president. I said to President Ruto, who is the president of the Republic of Kenya in accordance with the law? There was an election. The election was contested. We went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court pronounced itself as to who is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, it is what I call Fantasmagoria to say that there is no president of the Republic of Kenya. There is a president of the Republic of Kenya. And I'm asking the president of the Republic of Kenya, it is your watch. Do all that is within your power to ensure that we do not get into the abyss. Thus far, whether one likes President Ruto or not, this government has been very restrained. In other parts of the world, Raila Amolo Odinga and his acolytes would have been arrested. But the government, to its credit, has restrained itself from doing that. To Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, what is my request? I said, Honorable Raila, no matter how aggrieved you are, concede that there is a president of the Republic of Kenya. You are an elder statesman. Engage William Ruto in any event. You have worked with him before so that we can resolve the issues of the economy. The economy of this country, if you look at the micro and macro fundamentals, is not going to improve in the next 2 years. Even if Honorable Raila were the president, it would not. And I'm saying this is the time when leaders across the political divide should come together and do that which is in the best interest of the Republic of Kenya. Let me pose to you, Jeff. If there is a march on State House on the 20th day of March, and God forbid, the mobs, and it will be a mob, succeed into getting into State House, and imagine that somebody is shot dead and there is a stampede, there will be a bloodbath, and Kenya will never be the same again. What happens on the 21st, the following day? What is the end game? What is the end game? Because right now, when you read the social media, as I said in my letter, there is no shortage of individuals on the side of Azimio urging Honorable Odinga on, go on, you are our warrior. I am asking Honorable Raila Odinga, please do not listen to those individuals. They are not your well-wishers. They are people who want the historical credits that you have accumulated to be forgotten by history. Do not listen to them. It is not too late. This country belongs to all of us. And I hope that if Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga loves this country as he says he does, this is the time to reach out to President Ruto. The clergy talked to him yesterday. I'm urging him to listen to the clergy. I'm urging him to do what is good and right. Kenya is waiting.
Yeah.
Let us stop this madness.
Prof, real quick, are you saying there should be another handshake?
I'm not talking about handshakes. I'm talking about conversations about our country. And I'm saying that there are existing institutions. Where is our parliament? Where is our National Assembly? Where is our Senate? Where is our Council of Governors? Why are we paying them? Why did we elect them? Why do we talk to each other at political rallies where vitriolic language is used, where venom is spewed? No, a country cannot do that. And let us not imagine for one moment that this country is immune from degenerating into chaos. It can. And we have tested God for too long. We have mocked God for too long. We have created our alternative truth for too long. The time is now for us to pause and ask, in whose interest? In whose interest are we doing this? And I think that we have a duty as patriotic Kenyan to speak without fear of favor. This intimidation, I saw what was happening in Kisumu, and the people were baying for the blood of a cabinet minister. Thank God the cabinet minister was not there. we would have had a death. And they have said that they are rehearsing for the 20th. If this is a rehearsal, there will be rivers of blood in Nairobi. And who knows elsewhere? Are we prepared to swim in those rivers? And once we have the crown, after we have swum the rivers of blood, and we have the crown that is all blooded, will we sing hallelujah? These are the questions. I know what we are saying here is falling on waxed ears and eyes with scales, but we must say them regardless, that history may say and record that we did not keep quiet when our country was burning. I say in my letter, when your house is on fire, don't run after rats. The fire of economics, the fire of difficulties in life is threatening our house. Why are we running after rats? Why?
Prof, I want to take up that conversation in a little short while, but what you're saying is profound, and we have to keep talking. I keep saying we have to keep talking.
Oh, yeah.
The moment we stop talking is the moment we start fighting.
Indeed.
Thanks so much. Just stand by. We'll get back to you in a little while. And by the way, Fantasmagoria, what does that mean?
Phantasmagoria, when you begin to hallucinate and see things that are not there. This is what we see, Phantasmagoria.
The sign language interpreter, Njoki Shega, is having a hard time translating